Welcome, karibu sana. This is Politics Today. Hapa tunachapa siasa. How have you been? By the way, niambie kwa 0111980384 how you've been doing. So much happening in the country. My name is Jonah Simba, and my sign language interpreter is Wanjangete. We intend to have discussions today on a few issues around the happenings in the country. And I have a guest with me, a mother. Are you a Gen Z out there? We have a mother of Gen Zs in the studio today. We are having honest discussions. Just chat with us. 0111980384. Mnaweza kunifollow pia, by the way, on my TikTok, Blind Jonah Simba. Yes, or drop me something on my Facebook account, okay? Blind Jonah Simba. Judy Washira. Hi.
Yes. Hi.
Mother of Gen Zs.
Yes.
In this show, we always ask people to explain, how ni nani, who do you think you are? Yes, sometimes we ask you, who do you think you are in politics here? Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Come on, tell us. Karibu.
My name's Judy Washira. I'm a mother of two, a boy and a girl. They are Gen Zs.
Right.
And here we are. And we are ready to address the issues that are coming on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a mother of two Gen Zs or three?
Two.
Two Gen Zs.
Yes.
Okay, I'm beginning to suspect that me and you are in the same category of generation.
Yes.
Yeah, because, by the way, the Gen Zs that we are having with us, as a mother, just tell me your experience, personal experience, a very honest personal experience in this show. It's a politics show, but this may explain probably to the leaders watching, and many of those Gen Zs watching today, that maybe someone does not really understand them. Is that the reality? What is your personal experience having Gen Zs in your house?
My personal experience having Gen Zs in the house is the way we were is not the way they are. Their thinking is very different from our thinking.
Right.
Their reasoning capacity, I would say it's higher than the way we were, because at their age, the things they are doing and the things we were doing are quite different.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes on TV, we watch discussions between leaders and the Gen Zs. In fact, the president last year, during the Gen Z-led demonstrarations, he called, after the things calmed down, he called for a meeting with the Gen Zs on X.
Yes.
Weren't you shocked at the manner in which the Gen Zs speak to leadership? Did it rub you in a funny way? The manner in which they talk to leadership. Was that okay with you as a mother?
That was not okay.
Okay.
I felt like the way they responded to him as a president was not very friendly. There's that aspect of a leader and a young person. If you'd allow me to compare our days and their days, they're quite different, because like if I would remember during our days, if a teacher would even pass when we were seated, it's on a Sunday or Saturday, we would all stand up.
Right.
Today, they would not, things have changed. I'm not against Gen Zs. It's the way life is.
You're the mother.
They are so bold. I will ask a question and they will answer me the way they think is right. And the way they responded, I would say they were very open.
Right.
Very confident, very outspoken.
Yes.
And they really wanted to express how they are feeling about the happenings.
Okay.
Yes.
During our time, we used to have a saying. I don't know if you came across that saying. It is not wise to be too clever. Did you come across?
Yes, I did, yes.
Yeah. During our age, by the way, my mother went through Alliance Guards. Yeah. And she taught me quite a few things that she learned while at school. And you can see that I'm a product of my mother. And I know you're a mother of Gen Zs.
Yes.
And I know there is a lot of you in those Gen Zs as they approach issues,
Yes.
especially political issues. And one of the things my mother taught me is that being too clever is not wise. It's more like too much enlightenment. You keep it. You remember the cabinet minister, Olen Timama?
Yes, yes.
There was a time Olen Timama said, lie low like an envelope. I don't know what you have to say about that. Is it really, according to you as a mother of Gen Zs, as we approach Saba Saba, as we come from 25th of June, is it really wise for the Gen Zs to bring out issues in the manner that they bring? I'm just getting your views and I'm trying to connect it to the views of many mothers. Because I believe that the mothers are now worried. Will our children again die?
Yeah,
Come
we are
Monday.
so worried. Yeah.
The worry is so real.
Yes.
I can almost feel it in the studio.
Yes.
So tell me.
What I think we need to do, one, the Gen Zs, the way they are, these are not the days when you used to spank a child and you give them conditions. These are
Right.
the days you sit down with them, reason together, talk with them. They need a hearing ear. You need to use a language that they will, you fit in their language so that you can get to know what exactly they want. Listen to them. Let them express themselves. Because Jonah, if I can remember, in our days, we used to be given very limited time to speak to our parents or even our teachers.
True.
You are asked a question and you're supposed to just reply to the question directly. With our Gen Zs, they need an explanation.
Why?
They want to be listened to.
That question always comes. You talk to them and they ask you why.
Why? And they give you their reasons.
Right.
We need to sit down with them. We need to listen, give ear to them. They air their views, and then we put them on the table. We take one by one, and we agree. We set it that we are going to sit down and talk.
Right.
Like if I would ask my daughter, why do you want me to give you 500 shillings?
Right.
Give me the reasons why you want me to give you. They are already taught in their school about going to shopping, the necessary things they need to buy. And so she will give me all the reasons. She will even tell me, I'll give you a list of what I want. And if you look at the list, it could be having some very important things, like they would buy themselves a storybook. Could be you would have thought, I'm giving them 500 to go and buy sweets. They buy themselves a storybook. The type of children we are having now,
Right.
their IQ is far much higher than ours.
Right.
I thought I would get a Gen Z going through the Facebook and TikTok, and I'm talking about now, I have to.
Yes.
I will get them doing a research. They want to know how the eye operates. Why does it blink? In our days, we used to play and come back to the house and do the housework, like cleaning the house, washing the utensils. These children are doing research, sorry.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so there's quite a difference between our time and their time. The gap is so big
Let me ask you a
between
question.
us and the Gen Zs.
From the way I guess, it's like you and me lived and grew up at the same time. I
Yes.
would almost suspect that you must have lived through the early days of Daniel Toroitich arap Moi.
Yes, yes.
It's very rare. You didn't get Kenyatta. By the time Kenyatta
No.
was,
No.
you must have come after Kenyatta. I came also after Jomo Kenyatta. And I came up during that very time of Charles Njonjo. You remember?
Yes, I remember him.
You remember the name?
Yes.
Charles Njonjo. I don't know which names you can remember. You remember Moses Mudavadi?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Dr.
remember
Oko.
Dr. Robert Ouko.
Yes.
You remember Elijah Mwangale?
Yes.
Which are the names? I'm trying to see the names you can bring out even as I'm bringing them. You remember Moi ndiye dereva wa Kenya na Kibaki ndiye conductor. Did you sing that song?
Yes, we did.
Yes. I'm trying to bring out the names. Masinde Muliro. Even though Masinde Muliro died early during our time. You remember when we were young?
Yes, we
That's
were
when
young, we
Masinde
were
Muliro.
veteran. Yeah.
And there were stories around his passing on.
Yes.
That trip from Europe.
Yes.
Was it from Britain or what?
I think it was from Europe.
I'm just trying to bring out the names. And even as I'm speaking them, I can feel the sense of power around that name, those names. During our times, the cabinet ministers were powerful,
Very powerful, yes.
very powerful. The father of Mudavadi was no joke. The days of Charles Njonjo, serious leaderships. Elijah Mwangale. I don't know which other leader you can bring out. There was someone from Ukambani. Was he called Ole? No.
No, that one was Masai.
What-
Ukambani
There was someone from Ukambani.
I remember
yes.
people like Akina Charity Ngilu.
Charity Ngibulu came slightly
Was it
later.
someone? Mwau.
Yes, Harun Mwau.
Harun
Yes,
Mwau.
you got it.
Yes.
Yes. There was very interesting, very powerful, including Moi himself.
Yes.
Honestly, let me ask you a question. Now, as someone that grew up at the same time as me, because now we are having the Gen Zs going into the streets demanding for good governance. Did we have good governance during our time? Honestly, as a mother.
Yes, I would say we had. And I would also say, even our parents,
Yes.
if you remember those old days, our parents were strict even to our times. You leave school and you go straight home.
Yeah, I've remembered the leader from Ukambani, Mulu Mutisia.
Oh, Mulu Mutisia. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. Go on.
So-
yes.
The then politicians or leaders
Yes.
from where I'm coming from,
Right.
one, our parents were very strict. Yeah. Our teachers the same.
Yes.
And we were not so exposed like the Gen Zs are today.
Right.
The technology have also changed. There is also a kind of a freedom that is there, which is
Right.
their right, and I'm not refusing that. And so I am seeing a different generation from how we were brought up.
Right. Because they are going into the streets. They went
Yes.
on 25th of June.
Yes.
Sabasaba is coming. They have already declared they are going to the streets again.
Yes.
One of the major issues that is taking them to the streets, they are asking for good governance.
Yes.
When I look at my description of good governance, I'm looking at all manner of things. You know,
Quite a number of them, yes.
yes, I don't know what would come out from your mind that if you looked at this leader or this leadership, what are the things you would say is good governance, in your opinion? For me,
Yes.
obviously, I would look at issues they're asking for, like ethics, the language diet. When you hear the leaderships and the people in leadership, the way they talk, sometimes after they've spoken, we have to counsel our children.
It's true.
Because to me, the language diet in itself is a bit arrogant.
Yeah, it is, yes.
I don't know if you share that.
Yes.
I don't know what other issues you would raise on issues of good governance.
Let me start from home.
Okay.
If I and my husband quarrel in front of our children, what do I expect from those children? The language that we are going to use is the
Right.
language they are going to use. And so with these children, if the leaders, the language they are using is what they are listening, they come and watch news with us. They are saying the arguments. And then the same people are talking about you have not even done this, yet you are talking about it. What are we giving our children? And what do we expect from them?
Honestly, is this going to change? Let me just ask you honestly, as the youths are actually demonstrating, going into the streets, getting injured, God forbid Monday is coming, we pray none of them again is killed. I know the mothers, as they are sending their messages on our 0111980384, obviously, I'm going to see that in our messages. One of the things they will ask for is we hope and pray that none of our children die. But now the question is it like trying to teach an old dog new tricks? Is this going really to change? Because according to these people, according to the Gen Zs, they don't want corruption.
Yes.
They don't want tribalism.
Yes.
Is this really going to change? Unless they themselves get into leadership. I don't know. Or is it that the people who are in leadership are just not listening? Are we going to have demonstrations upon demonstrations for us to have the kind of good governance that they are demanding? Of course, they are also demanding transparency and accountability that touches directly on corruption. I don't know what you have to say.
I think when it comes to good governance, what are we showing them? And I'm repeating this because we have seen it. They have asked me questions.
Right.
Why is he talking like that? They listen. And the other one responds. What are we giving them? Then some of these children, they have gone to colleges, they have finished, they don't have a job. They're talking about corruption. They're talking about things that we have been promised or they have been promised and they have not yet been fulfilled. So these children are just out there and they feel cheated and they feel like they're not considered. If we don't give them a listening ear is when they are going out there to express their feelings.
Is this going to change? Do you have hope as a mother? Do you have hope that someone will listen to the Gen Zs?
We are praying that the gap, the age difference is so big. If you look at our leaders and the young people that we have, there's such a big gap, even when it comes to job opportunities. As in the bracket of old age, you would say they don't have experience, they don't have this and that, we have been there, yes. Why can't we incorporate them and put them, some of them in there? We train them so that they can also see they are not being left out. Because one of the things that is making them feel left out is they have gone to colleges, they have finished their education, they are out there doing nothing, and they are feeling like there is nothing that is happening. So what is happening is they are becoming impatient. So we need to have a sitting with them, not only the leaders, even as parents. We put things on the table, we discuss, we agree, we engage them. If not so, we expect these demonstrations to go on because they feel like nobody is listening to them.
Okay.
When they talk of something, they bring up an issue and nobody is giving them the answer they feel like it's right.
Right.
When they talk of corruption, they even want to give you, we can say they are having like an evidence. So they feel like nobody is concerned about them. Nobody is listening to them. And those frustrations are the ones that they're taking out there saying that they have nothing to lose. That is a
Right.
word they are using. They have nothing to lose. If they die, they have nothing to lose. They say they don't have a job, they don't have a family, as in I don't have children.
Right.
And
Some of them keep
that is
talking
where they
about
are.
they will not be able to marry. I don't know if you've heard that statement.
Some of them are even saying,
Right.
it's all about, it's me, and they are not even fearing death.
Oh my.
Because in my thinking, I would have thought, what about my future? What about a family? They have reached that point of feeling there's nothing they're losing in it, even if they die. They're not even thinking about the parents who bought them. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. As a mother, a Kenyan mother, having said that, do you think the fathers and the mothers are giving the mantle to the young people, or they are denying them the mantle? This is 2027 we are talking about. 2032 will come, Judy.
Yes.
The honest truth is many of those in leaderships right now will be elderly. That is the truth. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a genuine passing of the mantle? Or is it like the fathers and the mothers of Kenya have turned their faces away from their sons and their daughters? Are you seeing a situation where there is a wealth transfer? Because when you hear these young people talk, it's like these elderly people are rich, wealthy, and many times they say corruptly. That's what you must have heard what I've heard.
Yeah.
They say they are wealthy corruptly. So the result is many of these people, the young who are actually 70% or more, are not as financially endowed. And now there is a conflict of handing over of leadership. As we are moving towards 2027, are you seeing the old genuinely passing the mantle? Or are you seeing a situation where fathers and mothers have turned their faces? And I'm asking for your honest opinion. Out there in the streets, are you seeing genuine passing of leadership to the young?
I am feeling like given a chance.
Right.
Going to the streets doesn't mean these Gen Zs are not educated. They cannot sit down in an office and work. Given a chance, I would request they be given a chance. Train that person. Let them get the experience, so that
Right.
when you're handing over the mantle, they will be in a position to handle it in a better way. But I feel like we still feel like they are children. I still want to hold on to my responsibilities. And I will give an example with the Asians. They start training their children as early as possible. Some of them, they don't even go to higher level of education because their businesses, they need to train them so that by the time they are living when they are old enough not to work,
Right.
these children are able to handle the businesses.
Yeah, actually someone from Britain, interestingly, a Briton, told me, you baby your children too much.
Yes.
And he was telling me that in Britain, when a child is 18 years, they are good to go. But in Kenya, we hold on to them for too long. Is that deliberate, or is it because of the financial issues? Or, I mean, we have companies that the moment you hand them to the young, the complaint is that the company falls. You've heard of such cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that fear that we have not trained them enough to handle issues. And we are about to go for a break. 1 minute. Should we go for a break? Yeah. Yeah, we go for a break. We are with Judy Washira, mother of Gen Zs. We are talking about, youth and the handing over of mantle to them. What is your opinion on this? Give us on 0111980384. See you after the break.